Hey guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with an exciting video. Someone asked me if I was going to do this, and I was like, I did not do that this year. I think I did that like halfway through the year, where I'm chatting about all of your favorite books that you told me you loved. I asked on my Instagram, and I said, hey, let me know what your favorite book of the year was, and I just might be picking from this list to do a reading vlog of reading your favorite books, so I'm very, very excited. I've already perused a little bit. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's always linked down below. I am on Instagram pretty much 24/7, so if you want any updates on my life and updates on my reading, definitely follow me on Instagram. But we're gonna go ahead. I have so many, so I'm excited to chat. Okay, so some people purposely only did books that they know I haven't read because I told them it was going to be for a vlog, while there are others who have put ones that I've read. So I think there are going to be some we're going to see over and over and over again. They were the most popular of the year. So the first one is The Right Move by Liz Tomforde. I don't think I had any Liz Tomforde on my actual top 12 of 2023. I did have her on my list of favorites that didn't actually make my top of 2023 that I posted to my Patreon. I had like 15, 16 books to add to that. I actually think Mile High is my favorite of the entire series overall as a book. I think I swooned over the romance in the second book the most, but I loved the series so much. All of them got rounded up to 5 stars for me. Book 1 was like completely 5 out of 5 stars. Book 2 I think I gave like 4.75, and book 3 I gave 4.5. So still really solid read, but I know everyone was obsessed for a good reason. Then we have Hidden Scars by Andy Jackson. I'm actually going to look this one up because I'm intrigued. This is a hockey MM. We're going to screenshot it. Very intrigued. This one says that one of them was the golden boy, and he always tells the other one everything he messes up publicly, and they're going to be roommates. I love a good teammates romance, especially when they're rivals. Oh my god, it's so good. So I'm definitely going to have to check this one out. I don't think I've seen a lot of people reading it. We have the Kings of Italy series by Mila Finelli. I think this series is doing so well and makes me so happy. I definitely want to read more dark and mafia romances in 2024. This series is for sure on my list to complete. I think I own 4 of them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think I own book 4. I have Mafia Mistress, Darling, Madman, and Virgin. There's one in there that I don't remember. I think there's 5 books, right? I loved the first 2. They were so good, and if you did not know, it is public knowledge. It's a Joanna Shupe. I'm obsessed with her historical romances, so for sure, I'm excited to get to the series, yeah. Someone did say Honey and Spice, and they had said, made me laugh, happy, cry, and gave me chills. I feel like I've seen this one around. Did this come out? This came out in 2022. I was like, I feel like I saw this a lot the year before last year, and I have definitely seen this around. It was a Reese Witherspoon novel. I didn't know that this was a romance though. So it's a debut. It says it's full of tension, romantic intrigue. What does that mean? So she has no interest in love, and she is caught in a fake relationship, and I'm guessing that they end up falling in love, and she is British. Ooh, okay. Sounds interesting. I'm happy that you loved it last year. Okay, a few people recommended this to me as well, and I'm just like a little ashamed by how many of these I have not yet read. Like what was I reading last year? We have Finding Gene Kelly, which I've seen this cover before, and I think I had it out on KU at one point possibly, but I never read it. So this one is so pretty. I love the umbrella. It's so cute, but is that I feel like that's not the original cover. I think, did she get picked up? Ooh, okay. It looks like it's changed because the other cover I know was different. I don't know if this got picked up, but this is a... Aw, when she was 5, she married her next door neighbor in the wedding ceremony of the century. Now she's 26. She lives in Paris, and she's a burden to her parents with no money, no prospects. If you know the quote, and it says a family announcement shakes up her world weeks before her brother's wedding, so she seeks his help to go through the wedding with some sanity intact. So it's a fake dating romance at her brother's wedding with a boy she had married when she was 5. So sounds very cute. That's all I know about this. It does have a 3.92 rating on Goodreads. Definitely want to check it out. Then we have The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. Having to look up way more than I thought I would. Okay, I think this is meaning Elizabeth O'Rourke. So this one says the only epilogue I've ever wanted, and you hate epilogues. Same. I'm hoping you mean Elizabeth O'Rourke because she has The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. This one, I need to read this series. I am for sure a huge Elizabeth O'Rourke fangirl, so this one says her ex-boyfriend asked her to go on his family trip with him as her life is falling apart, and that includes his older brother, and who is a doctor. I think she gets together with the older brother, This whole series I for sure have to read. I love her so much. She writes the best romances. Okay, so many people put Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. Listen, this one I gave 5 stars, and this one people were mad I gave 5 stars. It was such a sweet romance, and I gave it 5 stars because I really enjoyed their dynamic. The story itself was just very sweet and very low angst, which I don't normally love, but I can acknowledge this was a very, very, very good book that is very well loved, and I know that it is really well written, and it has a heroine who has a limb difference and the hero who is an amputee. So he lost his leg, I think, when he had cancer, and so as a surprise pregnancy romance, they're having a baby together, and I really enjoyed this romance. Is it something I typically love? No, but I know there are so many people who love this one. I highly recommend if you like a low angst, very open communication romance where it's just like super, super sweet. We have Manacled. Yes. Favorite book of the year. Yes, yes, yes. Everything about this, yes. It's Hermione fanfiction. Amazing. Holiday romance. I read this last Christmas, not this previous Christmas, but the Christmas before. I really want to read her new one because that one I think had super, super hype this past Christmas, but this one was like a traveling Christmas romance, and it was very cute. In a Jam is on my TBR for this year. Listen, the amount of people that tell me whenever I recommend a single parent romance, they're like, no, but have you read In a Jam? No, I haven't, but I will. I do love the cover of In a Jam. I feel like I talk about it every video I ask for like people's favorite books. For sure need to read that. The next one is also on my TBR. It is Maestro. This one is so long though. I swear it's like over 500 pages for a contemporary romance, but I forget who was telling me about this, but I was like, this sounds so good. All I know is that's super angsty, and like people told me I would love it. So this is, I'm gonna screenshot this one, and maybe we're gonna read it, even though it's so long. It is so long, I gotta read it. Then we have Hans by S.J. Tilly. This is a mafia romance, and I for sure want to read this book. This one is in the Alliance series, I think, but I think this is the new one that just came out at the end of the year, so I really want to go back and start from the beginning. The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. I am still halfway through that book. It is so good though. Like, I was for sure going to rate it 5 stars, and then I had to read other things because I always end up getting arcs, and then I have to read books for videos, and then I just like put down things. I finally finished Powerless by Lauren Roberts that I picked up in October or November, and I was obsessed with it, and then I had to put it down, and then I finally finished it in January and gave it 5 stars. So my reading is all over the place, but yes, Graham Effect, spin-off from the Off Campus series. It was so good. Then we have Stolen Touches by Neva Altaj. So I actually just read book 1 in this series, and I think I already said that. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. A very solid arranged marriage mafia romance. Stolen Touches is book 5. I've heard various things about the series, about which ones are people's favorites, but this one is about, she's got to marry him, and oh, this isn't the first time that they've met, even when he comes to pick her up to marry her. So we'll see how that goes. We have Manacled. We have, oh, interesting. So Check and Mate. I feel like this is Ali Hazelwood's new one. This is a chess YA romance, and I have not heard people like raving about it. I've just heard people really like it. So I'm happy that you really enjoyed it. Okay, we have Fourth Wing, Iron Flame. I agree with one of those. I didn't love Iron Flame. Say You Swear. So Say You Swear is by Megan Brandy, and I've heard really good things about this. I have not read it yet, and I'm just like kind of wary because I don't love new adult romances that much, but I think it's a football romance. I could be making that up. Yes, it confuses me because it looks like water behind him, so I'm always like, oh, it's like a swimming romance. No, it's a football romance. Oh my gosh, it has 100,000 ratings and a 4.36 average. So it's a college romance, and everything led to him. He was her future, and then he wasn't. I don't know what that means, so let me know if this is one I should read. A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver. I don't think I've read this one. I've read one of them in this series, and I don't think it was a photo finish. I need to go back and read this series though, because I really like her Chestnut Springs series. So, oh, okay, this one, I did read this one. I gave it 5 stars. I never remember the titles. This one, very good. Ooh, okay, we have Wolf and the Wildflower, which I love this one. He is basically like Tarzan, and now like they found him after he lived in the wilderness for so long, and the heroine is actually pretending to be a man, and he by scent is like, you're a woman. And they fall in love while he's still pretending to be a man. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Then we have Forever Your Rogue by Erin Langston. I feel like I've seen this. I might own it. This one has really good reviews. I definitely need to read more historical romances. I'm reading some right now. So she is newly widowed, and she is a young mother. She wants to live life on her own terms, and she has to face the prospect of losing her children to overbearing relatives. So she needs to find a husband. Nathaniel has no cares, and then the Earl cuts off his bank accounts, so I'm assuming that's why he has to marry her, and then they fall in love. Oh, that one sounds really good, actually. Another Out on a Limb. We have Meet Me in the Blue. This one sounds familiar. Thank you for putting the author. This one says that they've been best friends since they were 9 years old. 5 years ago, Luca threw it all away when his dad's health turns for the worst. Luca must come home to make his goodbyes, and there is Rook, his best friend, the man he pushed away. So oh yeah, M. Johnson, I think A.M. Johnson's an MM author. So this one's an MM romance. Sounds very emotional. We'll see if I pick that one up. Oh, another Forever Your Rogue. Am I gonna have to read this one? Okay, we'll see. Binding 13, one of my favorites as well. I need to, oh yes. I was like, is that the first one or not? I do need to continue on the series. I love this one. We have Daisy Hates, which is number 4, The Great Undoing. I have not gotten to this yet. I've only read 1 and 2. I'm obsessed as well. Gotta get into this one. The Rest of the Story by Tal Bauer, one of my favorites of the year. Absolutely yes. MM, teammates, hockey romance, so good. Iced Out by C.E. Ricky, I've also read. This one was really good. I know that it was on, I think Christy from Christy Reads a Lot, it was on her favorite of the year, but I read this, I really liked it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars. Another MM, hockey, teammates, rivals, really good. God of Fury by Rena Kent is actually our book club pick for Ravished by Romance. I know this one's MM, and I was nervous because all of Rena Kent's books are bully, and I'm just like not into bully romances, especially when they're new adult, and that's all. I've read like 2 of her books, and that's all they were, and I was like, oh, it's not really my thing, but I'm very excited to see what the Rena Kent world is like and read this one. Then we have The 7-Year Slip, which I loved as well. This is Ashley Poston. This one is a kind of magical book where she has an apartment that her relative had. It was either her grandmother or her aunt, and they passed away, and she gets slipped 7 years in the past when she's in this apartment, falls in love with a guy in the past. So good. Mafia Mistress by Mila Finelli. More Mila Finelli. We have You with a View. I'm assuming that's Jessica Joyce. I thought this was good. I expected a lot more because I saw so much hype for it. They're like rivals from high school, and she lost her job. She feels like she's failing, and so they go on a trip to uncover the truth about her grandmother and his grandfather, and they had a romance together. In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. I know. One Last Shot by Nikki Castle. I've not yet read this one. I love this series. I've read the first 3 books in there, so for sure need to get this to this one. They are MMA fighting romances. They're so good. Another Rena Kent, we have Empire of Hate. Do you think I would like these? Let me know. There's a lot of people who really love Rena Kent, but I read Deviant Something and I wasn't the biggest fan. We have another The Right Move. We have Bleeding Chaos by Nikki Ash. I think I've read a Nikki Ash book before, but this one is a musician one. I am very, very hit or miss with the musician romances. Oh, and then she gets pregnant. I don't know if this one's for me. I really don't like surprise pregnancy ones, except for Reckless by Elsie Silver, which 2 people in a row said, yes, Elsie Silver's Reckless, one of my favorites of the year, obsessed. It is a surprise pregnancy, but Theo is so good. Someone said Caught Up by Liz Tomford. I really enjoy this one. I just read it in December. Really liked it. Twisted Games by Anna Huang. We are throwing it back. I really love the series, though Twisted Lies is my favorite of the series. Another In a Jam. Am I gonna have to read In a Jam for this video? I might have to. And then we have Love Light Farms. I love V.K. Borison. I love this book so much. Very cute fake dating, friends to lovers, small town on a Christmas tree farm. We have the Mind F series, which yes. God of Fury again. We have The Pucking Wrong Number, which is a hockey stalker, and they said it gets wild at the end. Definitely let me know if I should read it. We have Six Scorched Roses, which, if I'm not mistaken, is this a novella? This is in the Crown of Nyaxia series, I think, by Carissa Broadbent, and I definitely want to read that series. Love Theoretically, 2 people said Love Theoretically. So Love Theoretically is the Ali Hazelwood one. Oh, and someone else also said Check and Mate. And In a Jam again. Oh my gosh. So Love Theoretically, I'm very wary of because I really loved The Love Hypothesis and I enjoyed Love on the Brain. But I'm like, how many times can we do this same kind of themes of a romance with like the feminist, STEMinist kind of romance? So we have another The Rest of the Story, another Say You Swear, another Binding 13. Is this a sign to say that I have to read some of these? The Puck Secret, yes, one of my favorites of the year as well. Another Caught Up. So I've read some of these. I'm very happy. Dawn by S.J. Tilley. So maybe I'll just read an S.J. Tilley for this vlog. for sure. Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. That's another Carissa Broadbent. Another fantasy romance. Definitely need to read that. Between Never and Forever by Britt Benson. Britt Benson is definitely an author I want to check out. So let's go ahead and see what this one's about. Ooh, that's a really pretty cover. This one I feel like, oh, it has a high ratings too. Is it a duet though? She was the first rule I ever broke. She'll be the last. Oh, she's an up-and-coming film star and his daughter's idol. I don't know. Okay, it follows a rock star, but a single father. Second chance. Rockstar romances are so hit or miss for me, so let me know if I should read that one. Irish by Brittany Nicole is a mafia Irish romance, obviously, and I think it's single parent, possibly. I'm excited for that one. Bonds That Tie, unfortunately, was a miss for me. I did not love the series. I ended up DNFing it, but I'm glad you loved it. We have another 7-Year Slip, another Right Move, Pucking Around by Emily Rath. Love this one. Why Choose Hockey? I gave this one 5 stars. I really loved it. Another Rest of the Story. You guys all read the rest of the story. That was really good. Okay, I'm assuming, so this person said Where There's a Will. They said, well, Manacled was their favorite, but then there's this one. So this one says, oh, it's a full-length slow burn MM romance. So it's a duet. Oh, I'm assuming the duet's finished. Interesting. I was like, if someone's like doing hardcore partying stuff and the other one comes into his life. So we'll see. We'll see about that one. Ooh, someone said I have so many, but since you're in your mafia era, Shattered Secrets by Lillian Harris. I'm intrigued. I don't think I've heard of this author before. Love that cover. Okay, want to read. I was loved by 2 men. One was my husband and the other his best friend. Are you kidding me? But then I was only in love with one. Then he forgot I existed. I'm like literally about to go to Kindle and get this right now. That sounds really good. So good. A couple people have said Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which I love this as well. And The Bully by Sophie Lark. I have only read The Heir and I need to get to The Bully. So for sure love Sophie Lark, of course. We have Unsteady by Peyton Crin, which I know Tori from Novel Life liked. This was Melissa from Book Bar. She commented on this one and I also really want to read this one. It is a figure skater hockey player and I think he has anxiety or panic attacks and she helps him. Another Manacled. Hannah's gonna make me read Remain Nameless. Isn't this longer than Manacled? I don't think I can actually read this for a reading vlog where I'm reading a ton, but I do want to read more fan fiction, so I'm screenshotting this because I've heard really good things about this one, and I really want to read more Hermione fan fiction. So, Remain Nameless? Sure. I want to read that. And then the last ones are Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. But those are people's favorites. We'll go ahead and go through the ones that I screenshotted to possibly read for a vlog. So, screenshot of 10. I'm not going to read all. Hidden Scars, I could possibly read. Finding Gene Kelly, The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, Maestro, which, high contender. And S.J. Tilly, so I have Hans there. Forever Your Rogue, which a lot of people have said. In a Jam, which I feel like I have to do In a Jam by how many people commented this book. Pucking Wrong Number, Six Scorched Roses, Say You Swear, Between Never and Forever, Where There's a Will, Shattered Secrets, Unsteady, and Remain Nameless. So out of those, let me know which one you would like die for me to read. You want me to read it as part of that video, let me know. I'm not going to read 10 books. I'm going to maybe read like 4. So let me know. Let me know your favorite books if I didn't mention them in the comments down below, or if you have something that you really loved and agree with, let me know as well. And that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.